Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to be chatting about Orange County real estate market, what to know in 2021. We're going to go over a variety of information tonight. We're going to go over tips for buyers and sellers, talk about conventional financing options, and obviously discuss about the Orange County market update. For those of you new with us, I'd like to introduce you to myself. My name is Evan. I've had the opportunity to assist over 100 million plus in transaction volume within the last 5 years. I own multiple investment properties, and I'm a licensed California realtor. Joining me as my co-host, I'd like to introduce Tyler Daigler. Tyler is a fantastic agent specializing in South Orange County. Tyler lives and owns real estate in San Clemente. He's extremely knowledgeable in the aspects of the market and also real estate as a whole. So for those of you wondering what is Marshall Reddick and what do we do? Well, we have 3 divisions within our company. We operate as a brokerage, so we help clients buy and sell, whether that be their primary or looking for investment. And from there, we do property management. So not only in California, but we have 5 other offices out of state in Florida, Texas, and Tennessee. And lastly, we do private lending. So we have a lot of borrowers that come to us and they're looking to do either fix and flip or new construction and also bridge loans. So that makes up Marshall Reddick as a whole. And we were able to have the opportunity to kind of help clients with whatever they're looking to do. So that leads me to my next point, knowing who you work with. We have 42 years of selling properties. We have a total of 300 plus reviews on our Zillow page. We've conducted over 62 sales within the last 12 months. You see our members there. We have 14 agents on our team here, Tyler being one of them on tonight, and also myself. You know, real estate is obviously, it's important to work with an agent and team who have a track record that can ultimately guide you to your end goal. So it's crucial to, you know, kind of see the sales and also read the reviews based on our performance and also experiments. So here's a map showcasing our latest 100 listings and sales. Primarily, we're pretty dominant in the South Orange County area. We have, you know, past sales totaling, you know, over 800 all time. So I'd say, you know, this is obviously crucial to look at because, you know, we know the market and we know the neighborhoods. We've probably sold a home where you guys live or neighbors with. So this is obviously important to look at. You know, the temperature of the OC market, I'm gonna have Tyler dive deep into this, and he'll take it from here.
Hey guys, good evening. My name is Tyler Daigler. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We super appreciate it. And I'm here to talk about Orange County real estate market, right? So, you know, just kind of a little bit of a background. You know, me and Evan, we live and work here in Orange County, and we're doing a lot of deals, and we're spending a lot of time out in the street. And we are literally ingrained in the way that the real estate market is working today, right? We're very, very astute and knowledgeable about what's happening because we're living in it every single day, right? So thank you guys so much for coming to hear us talk about it. You're definitely going to hear from some people who are living this real estate life, if you will. So I want to start off by talking about Orange County on a historical level, right? So looking at this data set here, 96 to 2020, you can see consistent and constant appreciation here in Orange County. You know, even when the world was falling apart in, you know, 05, 06, 07, 08, we did have a couple years with a hit, but look at how quick this market recovered. and look at the rates and the volume at which this market recovered. A lot of markets, after the recession did not enjoy this kind of rate of recovery. And it really comes back to the demand to live here in Orange County, California. We have beautiful weather. We have, unlimited opportunity. Everything is at your fingertips here, and it's just a gorgeous place, great schools and all of that. And the rest of the world knows that. And that's why prices here have continued to appreciate at the rate at which they have. Since the whole COVID thing has happened as well, it's really, everyone on this call has seen what's been happening out in the real estate market, right? And home has become something so different than it was just a few years ago. Before, when home was just somewhere that you cooked and slept and so on and so forth. Today, home is the gym, and it is school, and it is the office, and it is living space, and everything else in between. And so the market here in Orange County really has benefited from this whole mentality shift of what home has meant. Because now all of a sudden you have all of these people across the United States who are getting told that they can work from home now, and they can work from wherever now. And I'm getting more and more calls from out of state, from upstate, San Diego, LA. People ask me, Tyler, come to find out we can work from wherever we want to work now. And it looks like we don't have to stay in Detroit or Kansas or whatever it may be. I'm interested to see what it looks like for us, on a financial level to purchase here in Orange County. And this is a new thing happening since the whole COVID thing has happened, and it's really, really pushing our prices up. And it's for those of us who do own real estate here in Orange County, it's been a very welcome thing for sure. And so obviously this is the hottest topic when it comes to Orange County real estate. You cannot pick up a newspaper, you cannot scroll through your Instagram without seeing or hearing about the crash, right? Home prices are jumping so fast, and people are paying premiums for homes, and homes are flying out the door. Eventually there must be a crash, right? This is a graph that I took from Stephen Thomas's Orange County Housing Report. Stephen Thomas is considered, if not one of the most astute Orange County real estate market analysts in the business. And he goes to talk about, when you looked at the last crash, there were absolute factors that led to it. Predatory lending, stated income lending, things of this nature. People were buying and obtaining homes that they could not afford. Homeowner equity was at a super all-time low. A lot of people were upside down. Now you fast forward to today, homeowner equity is high. I think less than 10% of homeowners in the US are underwater on their homes. And we have actually seen, even though it is so hard to buy a home, year over year, we've actually had more homes sold than the year prior, right? And this is happening because interest rates have made home affordability an option for thousands and thousands of people that did not have that option before. And inventory is low. And at the same time, for all of mankind, we've pretty much been fighting our neighbors for homes. And now we are fighting people from out of state, from out of city, who are looking to come down in here and move their family down into, coastal bliss, if you will, now that they can work from wherever they are. And so while we do see on the news, in the newspaper, the skepticism, the quote unquote red flags and all this about, is a crash imminent and so on and so forth. When you refer to the market experts, they're forecasting continued appreciation for years to come. I personally, based on the business that I'm doing and the amount of homes that we are selling to out-of-staters, I believe that Orange County honestly hasn't even hit its boom yet. There's definitely going to be cities in the US that will suffer due to the work from home mandates, if you will, and the options for people to work from wherever they want. But Orange County is one of the places that they're considering moving. And so this market is about to be even stronger than it has been. And it's very exciting for those of us, like I said, who own real estate here in Orange County, because, appreciation has been wonderful. And taking a look at this is just to illustrate that point I just made. So the median home price here in Orange County is generally somewhere in the $850,000 to $900,000 range, depending on the analyst that you ask. But if you look in the price range here, 750 to 1 million, that's going to be where that median price point is. Last year, it took on average 68 days to put a home in escrow, right? So from the time that you decided you're going to sell the house, you put the for sale sign in the front yard, and then you accept an offer and head into escrow, it took approximately 68 days, right? Today, just over 2 weeks, 16 days on market for $1 million home. Why is this happening? Again, interest rates are making it far more affordable than it was just years prior. And the demands is just increasing because all of a sudden home means, like I said, something so much more, right? People are now willing to spend more because of the importance of home. And this just shows the heat of the market here in Orange County. And this is a really fun graph. It kind of goes back to that first one that I showed you, but you can see here the historical appreciation of homes here in Orange County. And you can see that we're actually outpacing Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino. So it is definitely a safe market if appreciation is part of your strategy, or if you are looking to buy a home. And again, just backing that up, right? Median home price of $855. We're seeing on average 10% returns year over year from this year over last year. The year before, we saw between 8 and 10% as well, depending on the analyst that you ask. We're forecasting 11 to 14 for 2021, depending on the analyst. So let's go with a round number, make it 11. If you were to have bought a home here, just 24, 36 months ago, you could have realized 30% appreciation gain. And we're forecasting for this to continue here in Orange County, California. So buying a home right now is a competitive thing. It is absolutely standard for you to be waiting in line on a Saturday or Sunday, waiting for your turn to go see a home for 15 minutes, and then your offer's due in 24 hours. That is very standard for what's happening here on the weekend. And so writing a strong offer is the name of the game today, right? And if you're a cash buyer, this may not necessarily apply to you, but for the majority of buyers, you're going to be utilizing financing. And really understanding your individual financial strategies will make a dramatic impact on the success rate you have of obtaining the home that you desire. And so we partner with Rodriguez Hazard team here. They are our preferred lenders, and we utilize them to bring them into our deals and really sit down and sit with our clients and really deep dive and go through your personal particular financial situation so that we can come up with the best strategy for you. And that changes for every single person. So I wanted to kind of talk about what the conventional financing process looks like, because it's something that the majority of you in your home buying adventures will utilize. And it's something that sets us apart in having this team with Rodriguez Hazard, because we're able to bring like true financial strategists to your table, right? So I wanted to just talk a little bit about what the options look like. And then we're going to talk about how financing has changed in 2021, and it absolutely has. And to start, I just kind of want to introduce Reed real quick. Reed is actually a good and close friend of mine. I spend a lot of time with Reed. I just went to a wedding with Reed. He's an absolute workhorse, right? There are literally tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, lenders here in the United States. And Reed here is ranked as number 64 in the nation. So to be in the top 100, there's no secret sauce. There are no tricks. It is a ton of hard work. And so we like to showcase the fact that, everyone on our team here, we are not hobbyists. We're not weekend warriors. We're not selling real estate on the side of our 9-to-5s. This is the world that we live in, and it shows in our results, right? So a little bit about Reed, number 64 in the nation. He's been working with us for about 15 years. He is a real estate investor himself. He owns a ton of real estate property, bought his first one at 19. And he's literally worked with thousands of Marshall Reddick members just like you know, and if California ends up not being the place for you, you can see there's a number of other states where we can still act as a strategic partner on your side. So, getting pre-approved. 2 years ago, you'd be able to just walk into any open house you want, spend your time, check it out, take some pictures, and then consider if you want to write it off or not. Not in today's world. The demand is so high. It is much more of a speedy process. And before, you didn't necessarily need to be pre-approved to see a home. But in today's world, in today's market here in Orange County, I would say about 95% of the listings that I show require a pre-approval just to get a 15-minute window scheduled, right? And the reason for this is that agents are trying to get rid of the looky-loos and the neighbors who are just wanting to take up time because they have, 75 people trying to see this home over a 2-day period. They're requiring the pre-approvals up front. So at whatever point you guys decide, okay, it's time for us to start this process, we need to get you pre-approved right out of the gate. This is no longer something that we can do after the fact, right? We need to get you pre-approved so that we can take you to see the home. And Reed makes the pre-approval process extremely easy. And it's just another reason I love working with him. I've worked with a number of other lenders, and I cannot say that the ease of use was there, right? So, quick process, you're going to fill out an application. They're going to pull your credit. They're going to run your information through an underwriting system. They may need a couple supporting documents from you. They will review them. The underwriter confirms that all that information is accurate, and boom, we spit out a pre-approval letter. The pre-approval letter is going to give you a good idea of what your interest rate's going to be, and it's going to allow you to sit down with Reed and really hash out what your price points are, what your down payment options are, what the different strategies you may be able to utilize based on your home buying goals. Right? And so this is called the pre-approval letter. Absolute requirement now, guys. If you don't have one yet, give us a call after this call and we'll get you introduced to Reed. We need to get you pre-approved if you're even considering going to buy a home in today's Orange County market. And this is what that looks like. It's just a general letter. It says this is the purchase price I can afford. Here's the down payment that we're looking to give, so on and so forth. Right? And so I just wanted to touch real quick on these interest rates. So right now, we're sitting somewhere between 3.1 and 3.2, generally, right? Now, depending on your credit, the amount of money that you have, the amount of debt that you have, so on and so forth, that interest rate can fluctuate. But on average, we're seeing somewhere between a 3.1 and a 3.2. Now, going down to the $900,000 price point, this is your median, for the most part, price point home here in Orange County. You can see that as these interest rates tick up, it's adding $100, $100, so on and so forth to your payment per month. Right? So if you were to have gotten in on a $900,000 home, let's say 3.5 months ago when we really dropped rates, right? That home would have cost you about $3,700 a month, right? Now, let's say that you got into it today and you got a 3.2, you're at $3,900 a month. That's a $200 delta, right? That adds up over the year. That's a car payment practically, right? So the reason that I want to talk about this is that rates are really awesome right now, and it's really a gift for those of us in the home buying arena. Like, yes, it's tough that demand is so high, right? Yes, it's tough that people are paying premiums for homes. Multiple counteroffers are the standard, right? But our interest rates are so low that it really gives us the ability to maybe pay a little bit more for a home. Versus like my parents, when they were buying their first home in the 80s, they were like a 14% interest rate. Can you imagine today what that would look like, right? So again, while we're talking about this, experts are forecasting this interest rate to be 4% by the end of the year, right? That's a big swing. And if you're shopping in Orange County, it will literally mean the same exact house will cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars more a month if you were to wait till the end of the year. So my thought process is, especially with the way that the market is here in Orange County, if you're going to be buying, the sooner the better, as far as from a financial standpoint goes. So I'm going to hand it back to Evan real quick to discuss what this means to you, and then I will come back in and we're going to go through what it would look like to buy a house with us. Thanks, Evan.
Yeah. So what does this mean to you, right? And for those of you that are maybe possibly renting and are tired of paying, throwing your money just away, Let's go over some options for you too, just on a high level look. Maybe you have a down payment and can afford to put down a 5%, and you're currently paying rent around probably right around 27, maybe 2,800. Well, this would be a great example as far as purchase price would go. This would be a great example to show you what a down payment would look like if you wanted to put down, maybe 5%, or what it would look like if you maybe wanted to put down 10%. And if you, obviously, the more money you put down, the less your payment is going to be. So on a 475 purchase, if you put down 10%, you're looking right around 2,500 or so as far as a monthly payment. And moving on, if you decided to, maybe you had some more money to play with and you have 10% down to put on a 750 purchase, here's a good example of what it would look like as far as a principal, interest, and taxes and insurance as far as your total monthly payment. So just kind of food for thought. And, again, for those of you that, maybe had some more money down, this would obviously be a good high level look for maybe purchasing a property in the 2 million mark. And this would be a great example of what you would be obviously paying in terms of property taxes and as far as principal and interest as well. So I'm going to swing it back to Tyler. He's going to talk about looking to buy property.
Thank you, Evan. All right, guys, long time no see. Here we go. So we're going to talk about what it would look like if you guys decide you want to buy a property here in Orange County with us. Just to kind of piggyback and to hit again, me and Evan we're buying a lot of houses for our clients. We have a lot of experience in what's actually happening in the market today, which is a totally different market than it was even just 3 or 6 months ago. It's very important that if you guys are getting into this process, that you want to actually buy real estate here in Orange County, that you're working with somebody who's doing it on a daily basis. Because again, I'm seeing homes. I just bid on a house last week and I got 39 offers in 48 hours, right? And the top 3 are what made it to the seller, right? And mine was in there. And there's a reason for that. It's because we know what it takes to win in today's market, and it's a super competitive market. So I just want to talk about what it would look like if you guys decide to hire us to help you do this, right? So sorry about that, guys. Just a couple quick tips for buyers, and this is very high level, and it seems very common sense, but especially in today's market, simplicity is really key, right? Because we need to move quickly. So first and foremost, right, we need to get you pre-approved first. Again, a couple of years ago, we wanted to get you pre-approved first so that we could run your numbers and help you really understand what you can afford. Today, we need to get you pre-approved just to see a home. Okay, so this is absolutely step 1. And then step 2, we're going to set up your home buying criteria up front, right? And that seems like a very obvious thing for a realtor to do, right? But depending on who you hire will drastically change the type of homes that are getting sent to you, right? So obviously any realtor can send you what is on the MLS. But if you're working with someone who's doing a ton of business here in Orange County, we know a lot of past homeowners. We know their neighbors. We know their friends. We're in and out of all these different communities on a daily basis. And it really allows us to, hone in on what would make sense for you. You say that you want a house that's within, X miles to a park, and you want to be at that park because your kid likes swing sets. Me and Evan are going to be able to say, okay, you know what? Here's 6 really good neighborhoods that have some really awesome parks with awesome swing sets, right? Because we're working in those neighborhoods. So we're going to sit down and we're going to talk to you about what makes sense for you, and then we're going to help you find it. And third and foremost, and this has never been more important than today, but moving quickly when you find a home that you want to see. Again, and this is how I'm doing it right now, guys. I'm listing my homes on Monday. I'm showing them Saturday and Sunday, and then I'm sifting through handfuls of offers on Monday night and making a decision. It is a quick process. And I can tell you that on average, the offers that we end up accepting are the first, if not, in the first 3 offers that come in. Because eventually you're getting a ton of offers. You're just looking at the prices and just trying to figure out what makes sense and present the best stuff to your sellers. But the people who come first, we take them as serious. We take them as they have their stuff together. We take them as they're here to buy a house, right? And so we want to be able to replicate those same feelings on the other side for you. And that's why moving quickly is so important. And so how are we going to help you find a home? Again, this is high level basic stuff, but the results that you get will depend on who you hire, right? So first and foremost, we're going to discuss your home requirements, style, location, and price. What are you guys looking for? What makes sense to you, right? Help us understand what it is that you guys are looking for. And then we're going to go over financial facts and financial alternatives, right? Again, and this is where Reed comes in. Maybe it makes sense for you to put 20% down based on the financial strategy that you're looking to, achieve. Maybe we find that based on your income, your debt to income ratios, the interest rate that we're able to get you, that maybe your PMI is dirt cheap, and it actually makes more sense for you to go 10% down and keep that extra cash on hand, which now allows you to open your market to fixers or homes that need some work, right? Being able to sit down with a financial expert like Reed and really go over these strategies is a very competitive advantage for you guys, right? So we like to touch on that. We're going to go over the information on all the homes in your area, not just the ones listed. You can only know so much about a home based on listing. And they're all put in by agents. Some agents do a good job and some don't, right? So a lot of times you're not going to get the full gist of what that house is. We're going to help you understand and fill in all the blanks. Okay, and this one is super important. We're going to provide you direct MLS access. That's key right now because it's going to give you a 24 to 48 hour heads up over things like Zillow and Redfin. And in today's market, if you can see a home 2 days before somebody else, get an offer in there before it even goes out to the public, that is a massive competitive advantage. And we're going to help you guys achieve that. Right. And finally, and certainly not foremost, we're going to show you the entire area. Schools, shopping areas, recreational facilities, you name it, right? If you guys want to get in a car behind us and we hop on the speakerphone, we will give you tours of the towns. Here is your closest church to this house, should you put an offer on it, right? Here's the closest park. Here's the closest school. Here's the places we like to eat in this town. Give you a real feel for what living there would be like. And that's not something that most realtors do. Most people are going to meet you at the property. They're going to show you the property for 15 minutes. Then they're going to get in their car, drive home. Give me a call if you want to place an offer. Leaving it up to you to decide, does this even make sense for me? If you work with us, we're going to help you guys really make the best decision. And it's very important to us. We love our job. We love what we do. So we want to make sure that you guys know, the amount of effort and heart that we put into what we do, right? Because it makes a dramatic impact on you guys. Home values. What an interesting thing to talk about in Orange County right now. On average, let's use a $500,000 price point, right? Because I happen to be doing a lot of those at the moment. On average, I'm seeing my $500,000 house to sell about 10% over list, right? So if I'm listing a home for 500, I'm getting anywhere between 530, 540, 550, 560, somewhere in that general area. Now, if you're looking at a home you're going to buy in Orange County, you have to be under the mindset there's most likely going to be a bidding war and you most likely need to pay some premium in order to win. That is the market we're in today. Now, in some homes, that premium may make sense, right? Maybe after looking at it, we determine that the agent actually listed it low and we decide she's listed low because she wants to bring in a bunch of offers. If we understand what that home value really looks like, we can help you guys understand what premium makes sense and what doesn't. It can also help you guys understand, okay, maybe this other house is listed way too high because they're just trying to capitalize on the market. And that thing may bid up, but you don't want to be anywhere near that based on what your financial strategy is, right? Maybe we're looking at a home and, we've determined it's going to take a 10% premium in order to win that home. And we look at that house and we say, on average, this house has appreciated 12% year over year for the past 3 years. So based on that, we can forecast that after 12 months, you'll be at a break even just on appreciation, not to mention all the principal pay down and tax benefit that you guys had. But we can kind of really look and understand, from a financial strategy, what is your goal? What is your strategy? At what year do you need to be at X appreciation? And then we can decide what homes make sense to be bidding on and what ones don't. And again, having Reed here to help and go through the interest rates and what these different things and how it particularly affects you is a massive, massive advantage and another reason that you guys want to work with us, right? So let's say we found the house. We found the house, guys. We're out there, we see the home, and you're like, Tyler, that's the one. I need this house. If I don't get this house, my wife's going to kill me. We need to make it happen, right? What are the steps? What are the documents that we're going to need in order to submit offers, right? So the first and foremost is the purchase contract, the RPA. We're going to write the most competitive offer that we can, and there's a million different strategies to use, and they're all based on you and the particular home that we are looking at. It would take literally days to go over all of them, but when we sit down, we will build the strongest offer for you that makes sense. We're going to need to show proof of funds, right? We need to show the other side that you do, in fact, have the money required to close on the offer that you submitted. So whether your money, whether you're going to be showing income in retirement accounts, maybe you've got a ton of money in crypto, maybe you've got money in your savings, whatever it may be, we're going to need statements from those organizations showing that you do, in fact, have the money to close if they were to choose your offer. Now, of course, we will go and black out or Photoshop account numbers, things of that nature, so you don't get hacked while working with us, but we will need those documents. And of course, we're going to need that pre-approval. Again, step one. Hopefully by this point, I already have several pre-approvals from you, and it's a mute point, if you will. So I just wanted to touch real quickly here to tie it up on important dates for your purchase contract. So let's say that we find the home, we submit the offer, our offer gets accepted, we're in escrow. You have a number of times that you get to walk away from the deal if the deal no longer makes sense for you, right? You have your inspection contingency. We're going to be looking at the house. We're going to be looking at the HOA documents. We're going to be looking at the natural hazard disclosures, the earthquake reports, the pest reports, you name it. There is a lot of information, the title that comes with purchasing a home. And we get a number of days to go through all this information and make sure that it makes sense for you and your family. If it does not, you get to walk away scot-free. The second is an appraisal contingency. Appraisal contingencies are not common in today's market due to the premium required in order to win homes, but that does not mean that they're not that they've gone extinct, and they will certainly most likely make their way back into the market as comps start supporting the premiums that homes are selling for. But the idea of it is that you get a third party to go into the home and appraise the home and then come up with a home value, right? And if that home value is not satisfactory to you and your family based on what you're paying for the home, and your appraisal contingency is in place, you once again get to walk away from the deal, no risk to you. And finally, you have your loan contingency. If at the end of this whole process, we're at the 99-yard line and for one reason or another, your loan is unable to be approved, we cannot get you approved for your loan, you have the ability to walk away without losing your deposits. And of course, there's the best day, which is close day. This is the day where you get keys, and it is all smiles and happy tears and everyone coming together. That is the best day. Now, if you miss these dates, you can lose your ability to purchase the property. So while we have these dates to do all the research and information finding that we need and the facts we need to gather, if your realtor is not on top of their game and these dates go past, the seller may decide that they are going to pull your offer and go with a higher offer that they've received since going into escrow. Guys, that is happening a lot right now. I'm putting homes into escrow and I continue to receive offers for days and days after, even though the whole world knows that home's already spoken for. If for one reason or another, the buyer's agent on the other side is, they don't have their stuff together, they are unable to complete the tasks that they need to in order to buy this home from my clients, I pull their offers and I give it to somebody else. So you need to make sure that whoever you're working with is on top of your stuff. And again, if you pass these dates and you decide that you want to pull out of the deal, but you haven't done your due diligence as it comes to your contingencies, the sellers can actually keep your deposits. Nobody wants to lose money for no reason. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you taking the time to come to listen to me speak and to Evan. I'm going to pass it back over to Evan, who's going to talk about what it looks right now. If you were to hire us to sell your home, maybe that's the situation you're in. He's going to go over what that would look like. Everybody have a great night. We appreciate you very much. And I hope to hear from you guys soon. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's switch gears. Maybe you guys getting ready to sell. We've kind of created a kind of a seller's checklist just from a high level. A few key important checklist items is declutter. Less is more. Removing those picture frames and just the day-to-day family household items like coffee makers and stuff like that. Just declutter everything. Less is more, and the more that you can declutter, the better. First impressions in a home are everything. Also determine if any repair items need to be addressed. These items are obviously going to be called out when a buyer is conducting their due diligence. So the more repair items that you could do up front, the better. Definitely recommend sprucing up landscaping. Curb appeal is everything. Kind of very similar to first impressions. It makes a world of a difference, and it ultimately nets you more money. So declutter, first impressions, and sprucing up is a must. We've kind of created also 3 tips for sellers as well. Again, decluttering your home. Again, less is more. The home will show a lot better in photos. It's going to drive the traffic to your home and ultimately getting multiple offers. Only look at current information to determine the value of your home. When I go on appointments with sellers, I like to try to give them at least 3 pricing strategies. I like to give them a cold price, and that cold price is kind of testing the waters. It's a 50-50 chance we may come to you and do a price reduction. It's kind of shooting for the stars for this price. And next is a warm price. This is kind of very similar to probably a fair market value. This home, may sell within 30 days or less if priced at fair market value. And then, of course, my favorite one is a hot price. And this hot price is kind of priced slightly under market value. It's not going to sell at that price, but the purpose to do that is to attract multiple offers and ultimately bid that price up. And for example, I listed a property not too long ago. Comps were probably in the 1-2 range, and we price it just under $1 million. It was priced at 9.95, and we got a ton of traffic through, multiple showings per day, and the result of that actually bid it up over the comps of the neighborhood comps, which resulted more net dollars to the seller. So determining that what that price may look like. Some people, they're not comfortable coming out with that hot price. So we like to try to get the sellers, 3 different pricing strategies, and either pricing strategy is fine, but we just want to make sure that you guys are transparent and we're giving you accurate data. And lastly, be realistic with your list price and time frame. An example is a lot of times in this market, sellers are expecting their home to sell within 60 days. And that was last year. Tyler went into greater depth about where we're seeing the prices that are selling and the average expected time too. And they're selling within 16 days. So be prepared and be realistic with your time frame, and just have your next move be ready, and looking at your goals and time frame, because it's this market is just really fast. So it's always a good problem to have, right? But so what we do, step 1 is when you hire Tyler and myself, we want to come out and we want to figure out a game plan. We want to walk your property. We want to look at the ins and outs. I mean, you know that home better than we will ever know, and we want to figure out a game plan to figure out your pricing, your strategy, and just ultimately give you our 2 cents about your home. Like, oh, I recommend if we paint this wall, or if you guys are doing painting, here are some color options we recommend that are hot in today's market. I know paint kind of seems, kind of a little bit ridiculous, but buyers unfortunately don't have that vision. So how do we create that vision is, we need to set aside a game plan to ultimately try to achieve your pricing expectations. So let's figure out a game plan. When preparing your home to sell, there's a lot of moving parts, and sitting down to figure out your goals and needs are crucial for the first step. And step two, it may be a no-brainer, but going over the ins and outs of the comps and providing you with a realistic price based on your time frame. And step three is obviously go over the contract with you. So we'll go over the contract with you. We'll get you a clear understanding of your position as a seller, and also the expectations that come from that. And lastly, we want to provide you with a reputable team. So like Tyler mentioned, Reed being on our team as well, we want to provide you with a lender, but also a home inspector, a termite company, maybe possibly a stager or interior designer, and possibly maybe insurance companies as well. So again, we want to make sure that you have an easy and smooth transition from selling your home to also buying your next home. And then lastly, we want to protect your interests. And what we mean by that is, we'll treat your money as if it were our own. We want to ensure that you net the highest money possible from your sale, so that you could upleg it to your next property or whatever your financial obligations are for that time. So again, having a track record, having past sales and experience is crucial when selling your home and picking that right agent. So that is, obviously some of the steps that we try to ensure and try to educate our clients when deciding to obviously sell. And then lastly, marketing your property. Just from a high level, obviously we upload your property to the MLS, networking with fellow agents in the community, and then door knocking and letting the neighbors know. A lot of the times neighbors have friends and family that want to move into a geographic neighborhood. So that is actually a feature that not too many agents do, and we pride ourselves in being out there and hitting the pavements hard for trying to get your property sold. And we feature your property on our website as well. We have tons of clicks and tons of investors and clients looking at our properties, and we have over 100,000 people on our database. So we'll do a big email blast and just making sure that your property is out there touching the buyers. And then moving on, I want to discuss the common mistakes of actually hiring a bad agent versus a good agent. Unfortunately, there are a lot of bad agents out there, and they don't know how to properly use the MLS and upload a property. One of the biggest mistakes is description. It may be so easy to write out a description, but not detailing out, what the property has. Maybe your property has quartz versus granite, or maybe it's an open floor plan. Or the biggest one that we see as a mistake is, does your property have a view, and is it being educated and sold to the buyers? This is all part of MLS and inputting it correctly. And unfortunately, some agents don't know what they're doing, and it's sad. And obviously, sellers miss out on reaping the benefits from that. So obviously, very obvious description, and then also professional photography. Professional photography is a huge one. It is definitely what attracts the buyers to your house. And obviously this sets the mood, right? The pool looks pretty nice, and definitely, we want to set that mood and vision for the buyers when they move into your property. So definitely photography is a must. And we also like to get aerial photography, showcasing if your property is sitting on a view and showcasing the neighborhood. This is doesn't take much, and it is definitely, you know, appealing to the eye too when you kind of see what's around that property. You know, buyers are more savvier than ever today, and making sure that your home is checked in every way is crucial for your home success. Obviously, to make it sell for more money, right? We want to make sure that you guys net the most possible from this. So working with an expert is a must, and we believe we have a good winning team to help protect you and your asset too. So again, we're not weekend warriors. We do this full time. It's crucial to work with an agent that has many years of experience to help guide you and lead you to your next endeavor. So where to begin? I know that was so much information, and you guys are probably lost or confused, and maybe it might be overwhelming. But you know, again, you know, Tyler and I are able to set up a real estate consultation. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, you know, we'll determine your must-haves, wants, and also desires, and we'll sit down and evaluate your options. Maybe you don't need to sell. Maybe you want to rent your home instead. You know, we want to figure out your options that are beneficial to you. Again, you know, we want to make sure that we treat your money as if it were our own. So we want to go through all your plans and create a plan to accomplish your goals. You know, next step for buyers, you know, if you're looking to maybe buy in this market, again, you know, we want to sit down with you and discuss your goals, timings, wants, needs, must have, connecting you to read, and again, setting up your drip campaign, which is obviously, you know, just sending you guys properties and current inventory. One of the biggest things that Tyler and I pride ourselves on is, since we're really connected in the Orange County market, you know, we have a lot of off-market properties. And for those of you that don't know what off-market means, it means, you know, sellers give us the okay, like, hey, Tyler, Evan, you know, I am ready to sell, but I don't want to list it on the MLS. If you guys have buyers you guys are working with, you know, by all means, please tour them my house. It's for sale. So connect with us if you guys are trying to find something that you guys can't find. You know, Tyler and I are hitting the pavement, door knocking, cold calling, trying to find properties for our sellers, because this market is extremely difficult, and it's hard to navigate if you are kind of lost in the weeds. So you know, next step for buyers, give us a call. We're happy to kind of sit down with you and figure out your goals. And then next up for sellers, you know, definitely we want to sit down with you guys and discuss the marketing strategy, go over your home value, and ultimately prepare you for your home and photographies. So, you know, maybe you guys want to, our recommendation, you know, hey, Tyler, Evan, what do you guys feel I need to do with my home? We want to sit down with you guys and kind of discuss your option with that. You know, if you need a good stager or interior designers, we work with the top industry best and what we feel could help net you guys the most money. You know, again, Tyler and I have many years of experience selling throughout Orange County. The market is always changing, and we'll be happy to discuss with you guys how to best position you in today's market, whether that be through buying or selling. If you guys are interested in chatting with us further, please chat with us. My information is below, as well as Tyler. You guys can click the link and book yourself a consultation, and we're happy to discuss with you and your needs. So thank you again. Thank you guys for listening. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks so much for listening, guys.
And we'll talk to you guys soon. We appreciate it. Feel free to text us as well if that's any easier for you. No problems over here.